From unicorns to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 and trees show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the
Good morning, guys. Mega GM. Welcome to No Longer the Swarm Report. Yeah, consider today the official kickoff, the official, unofficial kickoff of the new show. It's not going to feel much different yet, but official kickoff of the Slam Nation show. Coming at you live, most of the usual spots. We're live on Abstract, yes. We're live on YouTube, yeah. Live on X on our new spot. Love this spot too, by the way. Live on X over on the Slam Nation account. I know you guys are following at this point. For anybody tuning in who maybe is not. And this is where you want to be following over on X. It's Slam Nation X, formerly the SlamAI account. Let me just say, all the changes coming up, anything you might see like right now, core behind the scenes, what we've been building for the past many years, not changing, just gonna start having some like real fun with this, man. And starting even, hey, like DK said it, like with the thumbnail, production quality wise on the show, really ready to start getting into this in a different way and like having a blast with it. I love this stuff. But it's time to take everything up a few notches here. Product wise, especially, man. That's the stuff I'm very excited for you guys to see here soon. You'll see updates on the Swarm account. In fact, I had somebody message me like, got any alpha with Swarm? I don't, other than just know there's something coming that is the... I want to be careful with words because I want to make sure I'm using the words we want to use, but big change for, gosh, dude, again, I'm trying to be real careful. A really good change. I think people are really going to like what's coming here. If you like Swarm, you're going to love what's coming. We'll say that. We'll say that. Quickly, let's do some GMs and let's get to the market. Lots to talk about. Who is here? BTC. Good morning. I think I got to start calling you BMW. I think that's it. But good to see you, man. DK, good morning, dude. Luna, good morning. Luna was right, dude. Luna was right. Don't fade the Luna calls. Katz, good morning, buddy. It's good to see you, man. Hope holidays were good. Justin, good morning. Good to see you, sir. Hoods, good morning. We got the crew here. We're here. Just might be. Just might be. Anyway, smash a like on the show. Subscribe over on CryptoSlam. I'll run through the shills. I'm trying to, you see this little thing below. I don't want to go through the shills every morning, so I want to make sure I get them on the screen like throughout the show, right? So work on that too. But CryptoSlam over on YouTube. You can follow me at Hudah_idiot on X. CryptoSlam.io on X. And really, really important, again, where we're streaming now, SlamX or Slam Nation X. Guys, if you're building, come join us. Come on the show, and I want you to come on the show. This is a call to builders out there right now. If you are building here, and let's say especially in AI, well, beyond that, if you're building in crypto, come on the show. We want to show what you're building. We want to talk to you. We want to work with you, to be honest. And that is Slam Nation. It is builders coming together to build together. Come join us here. Again, Slam Nation X. Reach out to us in DMs or go look at, is that our, I keep forgetting our pinned tweet or not. Actually, we should probably pin our tweet. DM me on X or just go look through the CryptoSlam timeline a little bit. You'll see a link to Slam Nation. Fill out the form. Come join. Oh, actually, is it up here? Whatever. You'll find it. Probably right here. I think there's a link right. I should probably know this, right? Do we have our link to join? No. Okay. Well, stay tuned. DM me and I'll bring you in. Meaning I'm going to bring you in our Slack. Connect with our devs, connect with our team, connect with our founder. I'm there too. But also we'll give you credits to access our APIs, right? Plug right into our data. We'll give you credits to plug in here, start experimenting, see what we got. We got everything on chain. It's wild stuff. One thing people don't know, and I'm going to move to news here in a moment, but what people don't realize, the data that we put out front and center is not all of our data. In fact, I think it's probably 15% of our data, we can build you custom endpoints. If there's a data point you need, any on-chain numbers you're looking for, reach out to us. We build it. That's what we're doing. And we're showing like versions of what that can look like with Swarm Copilot, right? We're showing what you can do with that data. You've seen little hints of it with the SlamAI terminal. I've gotten to see more of that than you guys, of course. And a lot more coming. But if you do need those custom endpoints, reach out to us. But again, join us in Slam Nation. All right, let's get to it. Hey, Crypto Sage, good to see you, man. Okay, I'm gonna preface everything with this. You're not gonna like it. I don't think you're gonna like it. Because, like, believe it or not, I'm pretty damn bullish. I'm pretty damn bullish right now. Luna's rolling his eyes. I can tell. I can feel the Luna eye roll here. If English were watching the exact same thing, dude, I can feel the eye rolls. Okay. This is why, okay? You know, like, we all are on the same page with a lot of reasons why we're bullish on this market still. Doesn't mean we can't go down in the short term, medium term, whatever. It doesn't mean that. Any calls out there for Bitcoin to fall to the low 70s, and I see calls for lower than that, I'm there with you. I can see it. I want you to know where my headspace is at and why I want to be laser focused on this space right now because of what's coming in the next 10 years. I hope it's a lot sooner than that. Yes, it's the AI thing. It's definitely the AI thing. I think on top of the AI thing, there's something more coming. Yeah, I'm going UFOs. I'm going UAP. I'm going there. I think there's a lot more coming. I mean this. I'm half being a smartass with it, but I also mean it too. They are slowly ramping up the disclosure, this talk about UAPs and UFOs. And what that actually means is some crazy new technology that we know behind the scenes is there. Those Tic Tac thingies we see in the sky, apparently like 80% of those are actually ours. We have incredible tech up there that are powered by, these are not like gas powered. These are not combustion engine powered craft. It's something else entirely. I'm not kidding when I tell you, part of the reason I am so bullish on crypto in the long run, I'm going to link these. It's because of that. It's because of energy. And in fact, you'll see this later on today. Elon Musk talking about the value of Bitcoin and really all of crypto. He didn't say all crypto, but Bitcoin, it is energy. Interesting stuff coming. We'll focus on the AI part because I think that's easier to digest. But make no mistake, my head kind of lives here and that the world is going to get drastically different over the next 5 to 10 years. And I mean drastically different, like bizarro land. And it does have a little something to do with this. It does. It does. People DM and ask if it's too late to short. I bet you know, right? Well, okay, Luna, actually, it's a good question or point. Luna, do you think it's too late to short right now? Do you think we still go to like the low 70s, mid 70s? Low 80s seems pretty likely. I think okay, let me throw out what I think right now. I think we have a little recovery after what just happened here this morning around midnight. I'll show you why. Actually kind of feeds into this. Does Bitcoin go over 100 again this year? It feels like it does, considering taking that bet at 30 cents currently. Is this over on Predict Base? The bet I have is not looking likely, over 140. Over 100, I'm still taking that. I like that. Fear Greed Index still looking, well, let's say deep into fear territory. Are we going to load? Browser struggling this morning. I'll kill this, but just know it's at a 20. We're right there at fear, not extreme fear, but we're right at fear still. And this really is the longest stretch we've been down there in months. No, not okay. Darn. Yeah. Not on Predict Base. But November, I get why we're fearful. I get it. We still have no kind of confidence in anything right now. I get it. I have no confidence. Like I said, I'm not deploying any of my capital right now. Nothing. I'm completely stabled up, minus a few things, right? You see like NFTs, still holding one GVC, still looking forward to the FWOG, NFT mint coming up this week. There's things I'm looking forward to, but as a whole, I'm sitting on all my stables and I'm not playing yet. That little pump yesterday didn't get me excited. It's not enough. Think we rally one last time. Hit 70 or so though first. Yeah. Let's see if it gets very different. And by the way, again, with the alien thing, again, I think it's crazy stuff. I know it is crazy stuff. But believe me, things get different here at the same time they get different out there IRL. Really different. When is it? Don't know. Is it really 10 years? Don't know. but trust me, it's like top of mind here. It is. Anyway, November close for Bitcoin down 17%, the second worst November in Bitcoin history. Ethereum, the exact same thing. Ethereum also its second worst performing November ever. Not great. Not great. December, well, I was going to say historically a red month too. This doesn't go back far enough, but we can say, what, for the last 6 years, yes, in the red. We seem to be breaking trends left and right here. So do we actually see that Santa rally? I still think so. It's a matter of how high does it get. And if it doesn't come, not shocking at all. Now, like trying to figure out who's selling and the why, that's what everybody's trying to do. And I'm not going to guess at it. I don't know. And I don't care. Maybe I should care. I don't care. Reports coming out saying that it's these small wallets selling. I like that. It's the big wallets, the whales, the guys that probably had the most conviction that are accumulating still. While it's holding 0.1 Bitcoin down, while it's holding 1,000 plus Bitcoin up, people stocking up. I get why. A lot of people are not thinking in terms of cycles, right? It's the long-term thing. It still is the 10, 20-year thing. This is, I think none of us have changed our belief in what Bitcoin will be. Makes sense to be accumulating all throughout the way, like Michael Saylor's doing. Like he's doing, and actually did, and actually made another Bitcoin purchase here. One of his smallest he's made. Also hinting at, he puts out these charts for those like orange dots here, which signal his Bitcoin buys. He hinted at, yeah, you see it here, adding green dots. And what those will be, don't know. I don't know. But we did get news they bought, actually thought it was less Bitcoin. It was $11 million worth of Bitcoin purchased, announced this morning. But also the creation of a $1.44 billion reserve, cash reserve. Michael Saylor staying busy. Also, part of the FUD from today, we can just say it now. Part of the FUD is strategy related. Little of that FUD is strategy related. Some of it's the JP Morgan strategy FUD, but some more FUD came from Saylor saying that there is a scenario where they sell some Bitcoin. It's very unlikely, and it's not happening now, but just the mention of it does have the markets rattled a little. But that's not why. There we go. The green dots are strategy lighter buys. I love it. I see nothing but bullish takes on lighter now. It's so cool to see. I'm so excited for Luna to cook there. Looking at the market, though, Bitcoin, 86K. We were down almost 7% this morning after a massive crash overnight. ETH at 2,800, Ripple 202. Ripple's down over 8% right now. BNB 818 and Solana 126. Not great anywhere you're looking. The why we'll get to in a moment. Quick look at ETF volume on Friday. Over on Bitcoin, 71 million inflows. Decent day. On Ethereum, how we looking? 76 million inflows. And then let's peek at Solana here. Actually, I'm double checking those dates. Yeah. Okay, we're good. On Solana, I hate these ads, dude. On Solana, we'll get there. I do really want to start tracking the Ripple and Doge ETFs, but Solana also inflows 5.3 mil. Again, that's all Friday. We'll come back to coin. Actually, I'm going to leave that up because I do want to check another couple coins here in a moment. But actually, check this out. BlackRock report. Their top source of revenue this year, Bitcoin ETFs. Yeah, we should do that too, actually. Yeah, we should do the Litecoin ETFs. Are they live trading right now? I mean, we should just cover them all. It's a big deal for a lot of people. I like the take. Bitcoin, BlackRock's going to send Bitcoin to a $20 trillion asset or market cap or whatever. Yeah, maybe. I know that's the hopium out there. I may be there long run. Hey, what's up, Moonship? Good morning. Are we rich yet? Luna might be. Actually, Moonship might be. But news overnight here. Again, it's a few things here. But Japan's bond rates rising here. Strategy FUD, like I mentioned. Tether FUD too. We'll probably touch on that, but kind of a perfect storm just for these markets to be rattled here start of the day. I don't think there's anything at a fundamental level. Everybody's trying to figure out like what exactly happened here that caused it. If I didn't show that before, this is what it looked like. This is what the chart looked like this morning. Well, still looks like that if you go look. So this kind of flash crash, but not driven by one specific thing. Not one thing. Leverage trading is part of it. At some point, maybe we learn. I'm not leverage trading. I got nothing to learn here. Actually, I should probably learn to do it. But Legendary putting out there almost 600 million longs liquidated here in the past 24 hours. It's so easy for these guys to wipe out these leverage positions, right? So you got, again, everybody analyzing why it happened, and everybody's trying to pick that side now. Is it really, really over? We had this conversation 20 times over the past couple of months. Is it really, really over now? Or is this the final shakeout? And it's such a meme at this point, right? But you got the, usual suspects now saying, this is it. This is the bottom. Now it's go time. Becker. And look, some of these guys are like, it's entertainment. It's fun. It's their brand, right? I don't think Becker believes this. I don't know. Maybe he does. And I actually respect if you do. I like the perma bull mode. I do. Like I kind of live there too. Again, I'm thinking like way long term. I don't care about next month. I barely care about next year. Gainsy, kind of the same thing. Again, I don't know if they believe it or not. Or if it's just engagement, right? People are blaming Japan last night. Yeah. And good point here too. The situation in Venezuela. It's a lot of things going on. And what it really is no confidence. So it's people doing what I did and what I bet most of you did is getting out of the market right now. Like, why risk it? I don't see a point. This, I think, is the best take out there. I think this is the best take. Of course, everything else we mentioned is a factor for sure. But maybe the best take here is algorithmic trading, positions just being rebalanced, readjusted, whatever. We had the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month. And make no mistake, algorithmic trading is, look, if the cycle plays out like a cycle, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, but it's also because there's so much algorithmic trading. There's so many people trading based on the chart too. It's just, again, self-fulfilling prophecy. Yesterday could have been just that. The crash overnight could have just been that. It happening kind of all of a sudden makes it seem like that. I like the take. Again, it's a lot of things at once. This certainly is part of it. For right now, I lean on that. And I actually think if that's the case, if that's the reason why, I actually think we have some upside here. Short term, some, not a lot. And I have less confidence that rate cuts this month moved the needle much at all. That said, Jerome Powell's speaking tonight. So let's see what kind of comments we get from him. This is at the, Hoover Institution George P. Shultz Memorial Lecture Series on George Shultz and economic policy. There we go. That's at Stanford University tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Let's see if we get anything from him that gives us any sense of what's coming FOMC next week. Let's see. Monad absolutely wrecked right now, by the way. I did want to check prices. If you bought into the pre-sale, into the ICO, and you still held, you at this point are down, which is not great. What's up, Gravity? Good morning, man. If you bought and you held, you're down. Not the way I imagine Coinbase wants their first token, sale to go. Also, I'll tell you this, I think to a degree they don't care. It is what it is. Market conditions be damned. You put the thing out. I actually like that. I respect that. But yeah, 2.3 bill. You're almost 2.4 bill. But again, you're down. If you bought and you held, you're down. while you could have gotten out with almost a 2x. And I'm not super convinced Monad has a lot of life ahead of it. You know what I mean by that? I'm not convinced. I'm not seeing anything being built over there that I think matters a lot. Again, when day one, the number one app is virtual beer pong, I think that speaks, I think that speaks volumes about what the chain is. I have no look. I like people building. Look, infinite new chains coming. Let it rip. Let it rip. But if you don't have the apps, then we know how that's going to play out. Moonship, yeah, and I think that's true. It's very little. The supply is out. 10%. If it's that, then I believe it. I like what's happening here. Again, this great reset, and I think there's so much bigger and really good things happening right now. Focused on tokenomics, right? Actually, we'll be getting to that in a moment here too. I like it. I think there's going to be some big old changes here to these ICOs, and who's getting to buy in, and how many tokens are in circulation at launch, and it's things that I think end up being very, very good. But a big repricing happening here. That honestly, even if we resume some kind of up-only mode for Bitcoin, I do think we're splitting out into these sectors and have been doing that for a while. I still see Bitcoin having I still see Bitcoin being a decent trade. And again, I'm not saying this week or whatever, but long-term, yeah. Everything else, I'm not sure at all. I don't think so. I think this is a big repricing, like we saw NFTs going down on good news, and in a bull market, NFTs going down. I think we see the same for most cryptos. What's up, Sir Billy? Good morning, man. Still good things coming that do bring some stability here. This is one of those big things that has had us a little, again, with no footing. It's rate cuts. It's also Jerome Powell and his replacement in the when. And it sounds like it still might be this year. It might be this year. And it sounds like it is Kevin Hassett. It might be this December. It's something that, look, if you don't like the pick, I think if you're a crypto guy, you like the pick. But regardless, it does bring some stability. It does. And it's probably going to bring a bunch of rate cuts too. This year and a couple next year and maybe more. I don't know about more, but maybe. This does bring some stability. Until yesterday, by the way, or let's say last night, some signs that things were picking back up. Again, I think these are just short-term indicators. I don't think they matter much, but Coinbase Bitcoin Premium Index was positive. And we're looking for any kinds of signs. And then we had the Black Friday numbers come in. And I don't know if this is good news or bad news. There we go. Now, I think a lot of these guys have signaled their 4 rate cuts in December too. So let's see. Rate cuts in December are pretty likely. I have not checked in a couple days, but last I saw Polymarket has it at like 87%. Actually, probably let's check. Let's check. I gotta get moving, dude. We're 89% now. So very, very, very likely. Can almost assume, again, I don't think it moves the market much, but is this good news? Is this bad news? This worries me. I mentioned this weekend. Online Black Friday sales, a record almost 12 bill, up over 9% from last year. And surface level sounds great. But also immediately I don't buy it. Not that I don't think the numbers are real, but I don't buy that that's good. I don't buy it. I think it's actually just another sign that people are spending because they don't have much. So it's like fuck it mode. Part of the reason why I'm still bullish on something like meme coins, to be honest. It's different how much people spend and how kind of reckless we are and how broken things really are. Really what happened here, though, sales up, yes. The amount of items purchased actually down. It's just that the cost of goods went up. It's not a great sign. That's it. Moonship, yeah, everything costs more. So more money spent on less things. And I bet you a lot of that was buy now, pay later, credit cards, all that, right? I don't think this is good, and we'll get those numbers soon, I imagine. I don't think this is a good thing. I don't. I showed this weekend. It's just stuck with me, but and so I got to mention here. But it ties into this. It ties into how wasteful we are with our spending. And I just know. Look, I am like this. I know other people are too. Sometimes I spend a lot more when I have less. Doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense, but it just kind of is what it is. Sometimes when I have money and I'm like, well, that's it. That's the end. Whatever. Let's just spend it on something fun. And so the DoorDash thing. This isn't like a specific example, but it is an example, right? We spend so much more on food now that's like lower quality, right? You're getting it DoorDash to you and it costs way more and you're paying your tip and you're getting it late and you're not getting it fresh and all that, and still it's awesome. You can get this stuff delivered anything, anytime. It's cool. But we're so wasteful and we're reckless with our spending. We are. And it's because you can't win anywhere. I'm sorry, you can't. I mean, you can if you are dialed in and you're just. I meet people here that are just different. They're built different. They know how to make money. And you used to be able to do it here in easy mode, and it fooled a lot of people into thinking they were good at this shit. And then you've met some traders and you realize, oh, well, that's how you do it. And I don't play like that person. But yikes, this tweet's got some big time engagement this weekend. Mathematically, you can't compound your way to wealth anymore. You can't. I don't think you can. 20 years, 7% returns, 3% inflation, 40% tax. Best case, you 1.5x your investment. Nobody's seeing the path to financial freedom without just straight up gambling. And it's why there's guys still talking like Gaines. I like Gainesy a lot. I actually agree with him. I think meme coins are going to come back and get silly because I think Bitcoin's going to come back. And like I always say, when people make money, they are going to spend their money. It actually works both sides. When they don't have money, they spend it recklessly. When they have it, they spend it recklessly. And ultimately, I just know people are programmed to spend now. Memes get silly again at some point. I would bet on that. You'll see other people betting on that. I'm going to skip some of these stories because we want to get to virtuals. And I do want to get to NFTs today, too. I still think Pump can do really well. I'm with you, DK. I think some people are writing it off. I still think Pump can do pretty well. I'm actually looking at that. I'm stabled up, and I'm looking for where I want to start taking some positions. Pump might be one of those. It might be. I think Pump might be one of those. Again, I'm going to hurry through some of this stuff, but Elon Musk in an interview yesterday said, I love this, by the way. Again, this is part of the long-term belief, conviction, whatever, saying we probably won't have money, just energy is the de facto currency or facto currency, he's saying. Weird. Bitcoin. I believe it. I think, but all cryptos, to me, like, we say a lot here. Cryptos are, or tokens are a way to tokenize attention, and attention is energy. And how do you quantify that? Especially online, you quantify it in likes and views and stuff like that. But now you quantify it in token price. It's not perfect, but it works, and it's pretty fascinating. And it is energy being captured. And I'm sorry, I think the whole meme coin explosion, it's silly and all that, but never is going away. Can't wait. Maybe I'll skip the Tether FUD, but I'll just mention. Well, no, I can't skip it. I'll just put it out here because it was a big story this weekend. But Arthur Hayes, a few other people were. I guess it started with Arthur Hayes, but talking about Tether and their lack of reserves, and saying that we've got a black swan event in the waiting with Tether. In fact, do I have that tweet? Let me see if I have it here. I might have zapped it. Yeah, I think I zapped it. Anyway, saying they're about like 30 bills short in their reserves. It was something like that. If Bitcoin falls 40%, Tether's game over, right? Yeah, here we go. But the CEO of Tether coming out and saying that it's bad numbers. Like, not only do they not have the appropriate reserves, they have more. I don't buy the Tether FUD. We see this all the time. It never plays out. And also, I wouldn't forget, too, Tether has already announced, and this is back in July, their plans to release a different stablecoin here in the States. So if anything Arthur Hayes said is true, and it sounds like it's not accurate, but if it were true, and Tether's, a non-compliant U.S. stablecoin, well, that's not going to be their stablecoin here. What's up, Eric? Good morning. Do you buy or sell? Moonship, yep. Do you buy or sell? Dude, it's all about your time frame. Right? It's like if you can't stomach watching your bags go down, they're probably going down in the next, little bit. Do you have an opportunity to sell now, buy back cheaper in a week or two? Maybe, probably. And then it might not happen, but maybe and probably. I lean towards probably. I kind of lean towards hold, but again, it matters how long you can do it. What's up, E-Rock? Good morning, man. Just it matters your time frame. That's kind of it. If you were planning to cash out like soon and you need that sweet US dollars, maybe now is not the worst, time to be selling. All right, let's keep going. More stable coins coming. We know this stable coin wars. That's kind of what it is. It's not even a war. It's just everybody's going to launch a stable coin. Everybody. There's going to be tens of thousands of stable coins, hundreds of thousands. They'll be like meme coins at some point. They will. I imagine we'll see some stable coins with, stable coins with very few holders, but they're still legit stable coins. Like I think you could just have your own branded stable coin. Who did we see recently too? Was it like through Phantom or a Phantom partner? You can launch a stable coin back with like USDC. It's something like that. That's not a perfect explanation of it, but I imagine this show could have its own stable coin, which would be cool. Uh-oh. No, funny enough, puppets are kind of holding steady right now, so I think it's probably a cool buy. The Sony coming out with a stable coin, not surprised at all about that. Not at all. Before we get to virtuals, just got to. This kind of ties in. Virtuals is it's a token launch pad. That's what it is. Starting to get really competitive, dude. In like the ICO sector, starting to get really competitive. I love it. Right, Jupiter now has a token launch. Well, not a ICO platform. Decentralized Token Formation, DTF. Their own spin on token pre-sales. Confusion was telling me this weekend about one called, I think it was MetaDAO, that also is a really interesting twist on token pre-sales. It's going to get really competitive. I think we're about to see some very cool launch styles with interesting tokenomics, maybe a better way to launch. And I don't know if virtuals is the best way. It's working, but also this market's been so ass since they started Unicorn. I don't think we've got to put it really to the test. But we've got a whole bunch of launch pads now in these ICO platforms, and I think there's still some wins ahead of us, boys. I do. Jupiter's first token is coming this week, I believe. It's called Wet. It's coming from Humidify. It's a Jupiter partner here. When is this launch here? I think it's this week. Let's check, because this might be something to be looking at. Do we have a date? Yeah, dude, it's Wednesday. Okay, I'm trying to put together I've got a few topics we're going to do deep dives on later this week, but I feel like we got to fit this in somewhere. Let's see if we can get this in maybe like, well, tomorrow or Wednesday. That might be a play. That might be a play. Yeah. Anybody already this on your radar you're planning to buy? Might be something. We'll try to come back to that. But again, talk of these tokenomics, and everybody's got their take, and they're good takes. Right now, I think most launches don't work. I actually like the token strategy style, and I like the unicorn style. I actually like that. I like the tax and just get the tokens out there and you buy where you want. But everybody starting to weigh in, and I think we will see a more perfect launch style, one that has some upside for us. All right, significant things coming this week, and then on to virtuals. Again, Powell speaking tonight. Quantitative tightening ends today. I guess officially over. We have some manufacturing data coming today and later this week. And some jobs data Thursday. This, yeah, some things. Anything that moves the market, we'll see. We will see. Here, let's jump ahead here. Telegram also with a big announcement here this week in the world of AI agents, especially. This is actually pretty cool. Cocoon. Pretty cool. It's their decentralized confidential compute network. I love it. Privacy meta. It's I'm looking at Zcash. I can't tell if it's I can't tell if it's a like crazy pump and dump scheme or if it's legit. The privacy meta is making more and more sense. That article I had up for a minute before. Actually, let me see if I can pop that back up. Oh, did I kill it? Basically, it was, the UK is going to, hang on, just saw it. No, maybe I really did zap it. There we go. This, but everywhere, right? UK is going to force all crypto platforms to report every UK user transaction next year, and you better believe the same thing will happen here in the States. I'm pretty damn sure. And we know nothing on the blockchain is private. We know that. It was like a learning lesson for all of us at some point. It's not private. I think these privacy tokens and platforms are going to matter a lot. In fact, there's one on virtuals I think interesting because of that, but this does lean into privacy here. 100% private AI compute network. Pretty cool. Like, honestly, it's really cool. If you dedicate some of your GPU to this network, you earn TON, which is cool. So you can do that. You can literally allocate some of your GPU to Cocoon, earn TON. It's actually pretty interesting. I got to look more into it. Maybe do it. Might do it. Cocoon.org if you want to dive in. But I'm digging the privacy meta a lot. All right, let's look at what's cooking over in virtuals. There's some cool launches coming. I think nothing like mind-boggling, but there's some stuff I like here. Before we cover the new stuff, let's peek at who's cooking here just past few days. And I'll tell you what, dude, it's surprised and not surprised to see Repo cooking. Like Repo absolutely cooking. Where is Repo? Almost a 9 mil FDV. Nice, Luna. Moonship, I believe that. I believe it. I buy that. But Repo, I think it touched 10 mil actually too. So I like Repo. I mean, I like Repo. I still can't say I fully understand Repo, but I like it. I like what I heard about it. I like the parts I understood about it. So not surprised to see it here. Also knowing the backers they have. Look, I'm going to say, okay, I was kind of expecting, I'm not saying that this is crime, by the way, at all. Like, not at all. But, like, this is one of those kind of projects that, because of the backers they have and because they've had multiple sales, like pre-sales of their token, I kind of expected to see some nice market making on this. I kind of expected to see some support on that token. And I think we're seeing that. I think it's exactly what we're seeing. Again, I'm not saying it's crime. It's like I probably shouldn't even use the word loosely. I don't think it's that, but I do think there's I think this token's getting some support. And I think that's awesome. You're up nicely if you got in on that pre-sale. and it's hard to find wins right now. So just to show there's still opportunity in virtual. Maybe it's few and far between right now, but it's there. Repo at this point is the second best performing unicorn launch behind Small Thing, but Repo's a little more legit, I believe. So nice to see that. There's opportunities here still. Dealer node launched this morning. That's private compute. So again, notice the metas that are really growing. The privacy meta is. Coming up this week, let's go one by one just on the newer things. Some of these we've looked at, but again, just want to touch on them. Most of these I think are a big old nothing burger. AI model creator. Yeah, again, nothing burger. Total nothing. I just like it. It doesn't matter. Virtual strategy. We're looking at a strategy style token. Man, if that were launched in a better market, this actually could have done well, depending on who is behind this too. Let me see if we got an idea. That could have done really well at the right time. That launched actually right during the Token Works meta. That could have done really well. Who are they following? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I think missed the window to actually launch something like this, but if fees are deployed into other virtual agents, I don't know if they are. They're right back into this token, but there was a time where this could have worked and actually done well. Now I'm not so sure. Actually, wouldn't bet on it at all. More AI characters, whatever. Again, I just don't get it. In fact, the only thing on the board that I love right now or think is actually a play is Fuku. I still think Fuku is a legit play. I think Fuku is something that has some upside to it. Right, covered it last week. It is a trading platform, empowered by agents. I like it, but still, the biggest thing or the thing I like most about this is just the people behind it. Like that simple. I think everybody's descriptions sound great. Even the things I'm not going to play, but they sound good. I'm like, yeah, you pull that off, okay. Like I could see it. But like again, you got a guy who's connected in the space and has a reputation. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know this guy before, but I can tell by the mutuals. You can just tell, right? And I know Kat said he was on the Big Will and Goon show, and like it sounded good. So I buy it. I actually think there's upside on this one. So want to get them on the show this week. Chatting with Punk 2070. I think he's down. We just want to lock in a date, but I'm excited to dive into that platform. It's the only launch I see this week that I think you actually can make some money on. And then long term, we'll see, right? But one of these DeFi platforms will do well. Like it's not a maybe or right. It's not that one of these DeFi platforms will do really, really well. I'm talking like, 100 mil FDV. I mean, like really well. And at that point, does the whole DeFi sector explode? I depends on the rest of the market, but I think so. Let me peek at cookie.fun, just get a feel for the rest of the market. 5.54 bill down. What is that? Over almost 8.5% here. I've not looked at this since last week, so kind of curious where we're at. I'm actually surprised Fartcoin's still over 300 mil, to be honest. Actually, really surprised. Crazy too to see the agents. Well, it's crazy to see the agents worth more than the platforms, right? Here's the DeFi platforms. Highest market cap is 49 mil. Top agent, I don't even go by Fartcoin, but let's say Tibber, 175 mil. It's still crazy to me. It's crazy to see. This will never not be crazy to me, but Turbo at 128 mil, that's bonkers to me. I like it, by the way, but it's just bonkers. But your top AI tokens like the infrastructure, the launch pads, the whatever, right? Here at 600 mil, virtual 562 mil. Pippin on fire lately too. Pippin's over 2x in the past 3 days. Some of you might remember Pippin from a year ago, right? When the agent meta exploded. Pippin was right there. In fact, what is Pippin? Let's peek at what Pippin's doing. Pippin was right there, like tons of noise. That was one of our top agent tokens for a minute. Like a top 10. What is Pippin doing? God, I might have a bag of Pippin somewhere too. Yeah, maybe I'll do some digging separately, but this image, by the way, the agent created it, right? Yeah, I don't know what Pippin is cooking up here, but maybe it's being crimed. Maybe it's like a meme coin. You know what I mean? Like it could be pumping for no reason at all. But I mean, I think Mike Bennett was even talking about Pippin here in the chat yesterday. So Benny, hey, good to see you, man. God, I would really love to know what's up with Pippin. Again, I'll check after, but some life here in AI. Wonder Page, AI writing agent. I would love that. I need one of those. Also, maybe can just use ChatGPT. I don't know. That's Wonder Page. That's coming up. In 4 days here. Anon base I like still too. By the way, I don't trust it. Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, speaking of that, right? I sometimes the thumbnails take me way too long in the morning, and I just had gotten done last week taking a whole bunch of new pictures, right? And then I just realized I'm like, fuck, I didn't have a good picture of like scared face or whatever. I'm like, dude, I can just throw it in ChatGPT and have it give me a scared face after I did the turkey face last week, right? Like, dude, I can just throw my main picture in this one and have it give me a different perfect. It's perfect. E-Rock, the oh dude, okay, let's move through AI and get to NFTs because I really like what Fwog is cooking. Anon based though, um again, privacy. I like it. Privacy. Oh, this is a mixer. You E-Rock, you might not be. You might not be. I'll tell you where people are valuing this thing. I think Fwog, look, if the market's trash, if Bitcoin's if we're heading to the low 80s, then I don't know with Fwog, but I'll give you where my predictions were and what they are now. But look, if we got a new like agentic I don't know where an agent even fits on in here, but this is a mixer. This is like Tornado Cash. I really like it. I really like it. I still don't know the team, so I don't trust the team, and there's nothing that gives me any trust in that team. Could just be a rug, just taking advantage of the privacy meta, but I like the idea. And I would use something like that. And that's a way I measure things. Would I use it? Anon base I would use. Credit Court's another like verification type platform. We got those. We got them. Some that are great. Whack AI can do this stuff. I don't know. Maybe there's room for more. We know there will be an infinite number of these, but will it work? No. Well, robotics, kind of like our chat on Friday. I don't know if this makes sense. I don't think this is. I TLDR. This is like an agentic platform that monitors wells. I imagine anybody who owns and operates a well has their own sensors and alerts and right. I unless this is somebody already in that industry, I don't see how they're breaking in. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm watching it. I think it's a nothing burger. I think it's just one of those things that tries to like wow you with, oh, it's different. And oh, it makes sense. I don't buy that stuff. Happy to be wrong though. Maybe invite him on the show to chat about it. We'll see. Only thing I'm looking forward to, like really looking forward to, because I see upside is Fuku. And that upside I don't think's crazy too. I think we're talking what? 3 mil FDV, depends on the market again, but 3 mil, 5 mil, I don't think is happening, but also it could. I don't see anything else out here with that kind of potential at all. Fuku is it. And then Anon base is the biggest X factor. If we find that platform really works and that team is really legit, then Anon base could be something, and it could have a same kind of trajectory like Mute Swap. So I'm watching this one. I just don't trust it enough to buy it, but I'm watching Anon base. Oh, if that's the case, that's good to know, Moonship, right? If that's easy to build, somebody could have spun this up in a matter of a day or what, right? So that's good to know. Okay. Quickly moving. Lilyverse or Lily Turner. We remember this. This is from the NSFW meta that briefly popped up on virtuals. Coming out with a game. Vibe coded, nothing burger, so stupid. This is the weirdest scam project. And I mean that. It's like it's a nothing burger, and it's just here to try to keep your attention and keep holders thinking they're doing something. I know everybody here can see right through that, but what a silly thing. There is some interesting-ish info on Tibber. This one agent that the whole time we've been watching this thing run up to 300 mil, I think it would have 400, and we're like, what is Tibber? Like, still, what is it? This thing is close to a year old, and we're like, what is this thing? Rocket Doc has put out some really interesting info about it. There is something more to this. I think that's why the price is where it's at. Everybody's found some connections, and everybody's pretty sure there's more to this. But it is interesting still. All right, here we go. The funding wallet, or the wallet that funded the Tibber wallet, operates between 9 to 5, like banking hours. Interesting. It's not a crazy thing, but it's interesting. Trace the source of that wallet. Didn't come from a random bridge, came from connect zh.base.eth, which means something. Treasury for zero hash. Infrastructure provider for Robinhood, Stripe, and Revolut. I think a lot of this is known, by the way, but just cool to see it all pieced together like this. Tibber is definitely a different thing. And there are people who know, like, no. They know what it is. What was it? Bought a CryptoPunk after the Genius Act passed. Then I think is when it made the punk purchase, something like that. Whatever it is, this thing feels really, really interesting. Like more going on here. We'll see. We will see. This guy thinks that this is running through a KYA, know your agent kind of test or pilot or something. Watching an agent transact, knowing who it is. Tibber not a meme, it's a regulatory Trojan horse. Maybe. Demonstration to regulators that an AI agent can safely interface with the U.S. banking system if it has a kill switch. So, anyway, I dig it. Tibber's interesting. We'll see. On to NFTs. Gary V was on Bloomberg talking collectibles. Listen to this clip. It's awesome. Gary's great. But Gary's like, he thinks it's about to become like how does he describe? Well, he says it like here. Collectibles joining, I don't know, he's calling it lifestyle royalties. He's thinking of collectibles as this like lifestyle, like market, like joining music, sports, fashion, food, travel as a thing that people, rich people really spend on, not just as a little side thing, not even as a way to make money, but as a thing truly collecting for the sake of collecting. We're talking big money stuff. Superman comics sold like 2 weeks ago for like $9 million. Right? We're seeing like some big collectible sales recently. We saw a big Mickey Mantle rookie selling at a big loss, but still like in the millions, right? We saw that painting sell 2-ish weeks ago for 236 mil, like just crazy money being thrown at this stuff. And we'll just see more and more of that. But even at the small scale, you're seeing certain collectible markets really looking interesting right now. This guy, Kabuto King, monopolizing the Kabuto market, Pokemon card. He owns like 1,800 of them, and prices are up big time. I mean, these were a couple bucks now, 20, 30 bucks on eBay and other platforms. Pretty cool. People like collectibles, dude, and there's some cool collectibles in NFTs right now. There is Fwog, one of them. Over to that in a second. Quickly look at the NFT market here. Sales last week actually up. Love to see that. Yeah, pretty cool. Actually, our highest in 3 weeks. We'll take it. Sellers were up, buyers were up, transactions up, sales price up. Profits actually up too. Still negative, almost 5 mil in the negative, but up. We'll take it. Something cooking over on Immutable. I don't know. Yeah, Benny, it's fun, dude. I don't know when he started that, by the way, but it's pretty cool to see. Nothing jumping out here. We'll kind of move on because we don't have a lot of time, but here's where we get to some fun stuff. And there is a new meta in NFTs, and it's plushes. That's not new, but blind boxes certainly is newer. We've seen blind boxes, but it's certainly ramping up right now. Now, not a blind box here. This is straight up a Sappy Seal plush, $25. Nice timing for it. Probably going to do really well with sales. Might buy one just like I bought Pudgy Penguin stuff. I buy it to support them, right? I bought the Doodles blind boxes to support. You know, I'll probably buy this to support. I'm not going to buy the NFT, but I'll buy this thing. $25, cute. But Pudgy Penguins, dude, dropped a mystery box. They dropped this Friday, open for 48 hours. Was going back and forth if I was going to buy this or not. Wasn't sure, right? Like what's inside of it is fine. Some of the vinyls in there, and I'm sure some plushes and some merch like clothes, right? Stuff like that. But they also said there's going to be some pretty exclusive stuff. There's going to be some stuff in there that has never been released. Some like true 1/1 things. I bet you'll see. Remember like the big Pudgy figures, like the Ghost one. That thing is awesome. That is one of the coolest collectibles I've seen in this space. Like period. I bet you we'll see one of those show up in a box, right? We'll see some of those other versions of that too. I think we'll see some stuff that's never been released. I have a feeling we'll see an actual Pudgy Penguin NFT in there somewhere. So all in all, pretty cool. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, $100 to mint it. They don't actually open, ship, whatever. I think the claim part isn't until like March. So I'm like, okay, I could see for $100, not a ton of upside, but announcements of some things that might be in the box probably pumps those prices a bit. So I was waiting and watching the supply, right? And it was at like 2,000 minted and 3,000. And then yesterday, when the sale is going to close, I think it was at like 5,000. A couple hours later, it's like 7. It's like really starting to ramp up. I decided about 3 minutes before the end of it to fucking get in finally and buy it. That was it. 3 minutes before I'm on the site. And I didn't want to send over money to Abstract and worry about bridging and whatever. It's just kind of a pain, right? So I'm like, okay, buy on the debit card. Dude, site was not working. The site wasn't working. So struggled through the website. Thought I was going to miss it. Like I do this a lot. I wait to the last minute. You guys see me do that on virtuals, or used to for Genesis. Wait to the last minute. Can't get the transaction through. Finally get it through though, with like no time to spare. And feeling good, right? Walk away. Actually refresh the site and it's down, right? Can't even access it. So I'm like, okay, well, I got it in at least, right? I got the whatever screen came up that it went through. Kinda. Anyway, probably 15 minutes later and I still can't get on the website. Look at my phone and I've got a text message from my bank saying that they denied or blocked. They asked if that was me. And it was the reply, yes, no. Was that really you? Otherwise they'll cancel your account or card, right? Fuck, dude, it didn't go through. I hit yes, but it was too late at that point. 15 minutes had gone by. It was too late. I didn't get one. And then it came out from the site, dude, or from the team behind that. Here, I'll come back to that comment. It came back from the team, the marketplace. They got, dude, almost 8 million requests on the site in the last 30 minutes. The 30 minutes before and after the close of the mystery drop sale, almost 8 million requests. 8 million. Is that botted? I can't I almost can't comprehend that. And I don't have context either. Like I don't have context for where that's coming from. 3,000 people bought. Where are 8 million requests coming from? Even though look, I mean, Moonship, yes. I just hated that it was on Abstract. So I didn't have money on Abstract. So it's, going through that whole process of bridging over and it's such a pain. But where do 8 million requests come from, right? So probably 30 or 40 or, were probably me refreshing, going back and forth and whatever, right, 20, 30, 40 were me. 8 mil seems like a lot, doesn't it? I'm not saying that's not true. The site was hammered. But was it last minute, some bots trying to purchase because they had a number, right? If it's below 10,000 mint, a couple hundred or what, I kind of assume that. But I definitely felt it on the website. And it's kind of cool to see. Dude, I do think Fog is going to cook. Well, that's coming up next. Okay. I like the boxes. I think there's upside there. And I don't think it's like Fog type upside where you saw the 12-pack mint for $240 and got up to $1,200. I don't think you're going to see that here. I do think you can 2x here. I wouldn't be surprised to see these at $150 or $200 moving on news. But also right now you can buy these for basically the mint price. You can buy it for $100 basically, actually a little under. With a fee, you're going to pay a little over 100, but if you miss the mint, you can buy them still. This is people with like buyer's remorse and who think the market's fucked, and you know, you can still buy these right now. I am probably going to buy one. I think there's some upside there. Not a ton, but I think there's some there. And then last comment on these, Austin, formerly from Doodles, saying he's been there with the mystery boxes. They've done really well recently, but right, we had the Moonbirds mystery box thing, packs that did well, and now those are, I think, under mint price. But Doodles did it, and again, I bought some of those mystery boxes. They're digital. I liked it, but borrowed hype, yeah, yes. If you fill those boxes with some goodies that people like, you win, and you can do it again. If you don't, you get a box. If you buy a $100 box with like $20 worth of stuff in it, probably not buying another. And so we'll see. I went to the Pudgy's website to like just remind myself of what their merch looks like. I love their merch. I can tell none of it will look right on me. I'm so fucking pale. So I look at all their merch and it's all like white and light blue. And I'm like, dude, I can't wear any of their merch. I'll look like a ghost. I can't. So I'm like, dude, I had talked myself out of buying one because of that. Like the merch is useless to me. All their merch is that like color. But I think they're going to put some rare shit in there. So we'll see. And I'm probably going to buy a box. It's a bummer. I can't wear their merch. Can't do it. All right, flog boxes. E-Rock, I don't know if you saw, dude. I do now a weekly show with Henry for the Kongs, and we had Woot on the show on Wednesday. If you go check the Chart Monkeys account, you'll see it's our last show. We had Woot on. Dude's fucking awesome. And the one question I meant to ask him, I forgot to ask him, which is, what's your plans with the IP, right? Like, are you planning to build? I'm itching to know, man. Oh, cool stuff, E-Rock. That's cool, man. He's awesome. Woot's awesome. What's up, Dad? Good morning, man. I forgot to ask him, and I wanted to know, like, right? Okay, you've got the meme coin, which isn't his. I don't think it's his meme coin. Just created based on his art. Or he made the art for it. Whatever. It's not really his meme coin, though. But you got the coin, and you got the NFTs on Solana. Now you got the 12. You got the blind boxes on Solana. And now you're going to have an ETH NFT collection. Are you building out the IP even more? Like, are you going to work on an animation? Or I still think he's got the most memorable art this cycle, period. Like, okay, love Good Vibes. I think his art is more memorable than the Good Vibes art. I think it's true. And it's like subjective, whatever. I just love the art. I just think it's like very memorable. So I'm curious what he's doing. You have 1,000, let's say 1,100 people. Oh, let's go single packs. 3,500 people that are entered in a raffle to win one of like 800 free mints. You got the 800 collectors pack, who each get 1 mint free, guaranteed. It's a good question, E-Rock. I'm not sure. I mean, now stuff for Yuga Labs, right? But I don't know what else he's done. Should have asked him that too. We didn't have him too long, but maybe we run it back with him too. Actually, he said he'd come back post mint. Ultimate pack. Everybody with the 12 pack, the ultimate pack, 2 mints. So right now, let's go check. Okay, last I saw, let's say yesterday, these are basically pricing the ETH NFT at like 0.2 ETH. I think my math is right there. About 0.2 ETH. So $95 for the single pack, which is one raffle. But where are people pricing the NFTs now? These have fallen a bit. Yeah, they're just at 1,000 now. So these NFTs, the ETH side, remember, they get 2 free mints. This is pricing the NFTs at closer to, I mean, like 1.5, or excuse me, 0.15 ETH. Closer to there now. Most people I'm talking to, and it like so many things, lives and dies by the broader market, right? If we have Bitcoin back over 90 and it feels like we have some momentum coming, and I don't see that happening by Wednesday. I'm not sure I see it. But I do think 0.2, 0.25, all the way up to 0.5 is the range for these. And it's a big range, but I think 0.2 is a pretty safe spot for these. I think this guy's just so well liked, and so many people are very into him and his art and are itching to feel something in NFTs. I think these actually are a decent buy at this level. I do. You're pricing the NFT at $500. I think it's a fair spot for them, but I also think we're going to see, some really good support for Woot. I do. I think there's upside here. Again, most guys, and this is as of a couple days ago, pricing them at about half an ETH even. So we're talking, this box being maybe real value being like $3,000, not, $1,000, $1,200. Again, we'll see. This is just other people's takes. I'm going to stick to probably a quarter ETH each. Which, hang on. Let me see if I can math here. And actually, no, fuck it. Quarter ETH. I literally can't do this in my head right now. $700. Yeah, I mean, I then think these are a little underpriced. I know, dude, right? It's crazy, dude. Moonship, it's crazy. I think these at about $1,400 is where you're basically even. You get your NFTs, you still have the blind boxes. Now, here's the big X factor. And it's a big X factor. See if I got the tweet. See if I can pull it up. It's a big X factor, which is, I'm going to just say it while I'm looking for the tweet. The guy that Woot works with, that's in charge of, collabs and, it seems like he's got his guy on the marketing side. I totally forget his name. Starts with a B or something like that. B4. Put out a tweet yesterday saying we're looking to drive value, something like that. One of those kind of comments, drive value to the boxes. Here we go. Found it. I think there's more. I'm wondering if there's a token drop coming too. Rewarding our FWOG blind box supporters is what we're working on. This is just yesterday. To me, that's more than the NFT, the free NFT mint, right? Because this is a brand new tweet. We know about that. So what are you working on? So I heard people yesterday speculating that maybe each box also equals some FWOG token. I kind of lean towards that. I think that might make some sense. I'm going to go with that. I don't think this is just a nothing burger kind of tweet. Maybe it is, but I actually think there's something to it. So get the NFTs. I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden you've got a token claim or an airdrop a token. We'll see. Or there's more plans for the IP and the art and whatever. Feels good just to be thinking about NFTs again, though, right? Still love NFTs. Still my favorite part of crypto. Love collectibles. I think there's more. So then all of a sudden you start pricing it in, and this is so speculative, right? But you start going $500 in NFT, which is pricing these at what? 0.2? Actually, it's like 0.18. These are basically priced at, this is pricing, the NFT at 0.175. 177. I'm going to get it. I'm going to dial it right in. 178. You're pricing the NFTs at under 0.2. I think they're going to do better than that. I really do. I think we see these, even if the market is just how it is today, I think we see them 0.2 to 0.3. I don't think 0.5. Market heats up 0.5. Right now, 0.2-ish. I'll be shocked if these are at 0.15. I will. And yes, there's going to be a lot of people selling. All these guys with the ultimate, selling one, keeping one, dumping both, right? There's going to be plenty of supply that hits. But I think they'll do pretty good. Wasn't 70% of Magic Eden. So Moonship, I would guess so, but the way they promoted it was like you were supposed to basically break even or just be just under even. I forget their breakdown exactly, right? But it's so hard to expect that. And I used to collect blind boxes. Like, do you know Loot Crate? Man, I haven't thought of those in so long. And this weekend, for the first time, I did. So I used to buy these kind of things, Loot Crates. And there's another kind of box I used to subscribe monthly, right? You just get toys and merch and stuff like that. In fact, I got some of this thing right here in the closet somewhere. I almost never thought it was worth the, $100 a month or whatever it cost. Almost never. So yeah, I usually don't find blind boxes worth it for what it's worth. And that's speaking more to the Pudgy Penguin thing. The Woot thing I actually think is interesting. But and that's mostly because we knew there was a PFP coming with it. That was pretty out there. So anyway, I see upside there, especially if they keep bleeding out today. If you can get one of those boxes, $800, I would pull the trigger there. And I don't think they're bad here right at 1,000. So we'll see. TokenWorks opening up for everybody this week. So heads up about that. Black Mirror mint coming tomorrow. Black Mirror, like official Black Mirror NFTs. I don't think those are going to do great at all. But they're coming. And I love M Squared, by the way. Just random, but love them. And I think that's it. I think we got to get out of here, dude. We are doing a deep dive tomorrow or Wednesday on Fusaka, the big ETH upgrade. And that's something you're going to start seeing more of on this channel. Like instead of just every topic, we'll do market, quick check on virtuals, but then deep dive on a thing. BitTensor coming up and Fusaka coming up. It's time to start like getting our it's time to start going a bit deeper. I think it's important, especially now while things are resetting a bit. So there we go. Let me think here. No, I think we just got to cut it. I got a meeting in a minute here, 3 minutes here. Anyway, there you go. Soft launch of Slam Nation. Expect more. Put more work into the show too. It's going to look even better. It's going to look much better. But there's the start. Anyway, subscribe over on CryptoSlam on YouTube. Yes, we're doing this again until I get my video that does this part for me. Follow Slam Nation X over on X. Come join us in Slam Nation. Hit me up in DMs. If you want access to the data, we'll give you credits to our API. Come play around, see what we got. It's spoiler everything. And follow us at CryptoSlam over on X. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, goodbye.